Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tables Podcast. I'm your host, Diego.
And I'm your other host, Jacob.
Today, we've got some pretty important news, I'd say, involving your Earth, if that wasn't already clear.
No extraterrestrial things today.
No, indeed. First, I'd like to start off by saying, Jacob, how was your Labor Day weekend?
It was pretty good. Went to the beach and had some breakfast with my uncle and aunt that I don't see the most, I guess. That was pretty good. What about you? And I also had a barbecue. What about you?
This Labor Day weekend, I've been getting out to the pool a lot, actually. I actually went to the beach on Saturday and got in a surf accident. It sucked.
A surf accident. More details, please.
I was, as one does surfing, and I was paddling out, caught a wave, but a boat got way too close to shore, sent a killer wave towards me, took me out, and I just got swallowed by the wave, dragged along the ocean floor, and I've just got a bunch of scars on my chest due to it.
Ooh.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal, I'd say. You know.
Was it more of a shock factor thing, or was it? I mean, I know you said you got scars, but was it more painful or more shocking?
More shocking than painful, at least in the moment, I'd say.
Okay.
But other than that, things have been good, except for one key thing that us Californians have been dealing with is the heat. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of heat.
Yes. Well,
In the triple digits occasion.
yeah. We don't get those very often. Well, I think it's time we get into it.
Yeah, let's do that.
So today in southwest China, there was huge earthquakes. Left 65 people dead. These earthquakes caused massive landslides in the Rocky Mountains, especially on the freeways that would run, or the roadways that run through the mountains.
Not to be confused with the Rocky Mountains, Colorado.
Which is a place, yes, not to be confused with that. These earthquakes caused these landslides that ended up leaving the highway covered in dust and debris. Huh?
Yep. Yeah.
It shut down roads for many hours.
Yeah. You said how many people were killed?
65 people.
Okay.
As of right now, 65 people have been documented and reported dead.
No longer living. What about injuries?
As for injuries, 250 people are reported injured.
Oh, dang.
12 people have been reported missing.
Oh, so most likely a little more than 65 people dead.
Yes, most likely.
That's not the best.
The magnitude of the earthquake reached 6.8, which is...
The Richter scale.
Yes, on the Richter scale. They're not... I wouldn't say that they're used to earthquakes of this magnitude.
No comment on that.
Well, no, it's just because these earthquakes aren't very common. At least of this size.
Yeah.
Yes, many people in the nearby area were forced to evacuate due to the earthquakes. In case that wasn't clear, over 50,000 people evacuated the area, and there was a shortage of relief workers, which are your EMTs, your first responders. Sorry.
First, yeah.
Yeah, couldn't think of the title there.
Waiting
Yeah,
to see if you couldn't get the word.
yeah.
The word.
First responders. They did have 6,500 relief workers, but apparently that was not enough. There's too much work that needed to be done.
How do you think this is a? Do you think this is a? I mean, I know it's a big thing, but do you think it's going to affect the country in any way, positively or negatively? I don't know why it would be positive, but
Yeah, definitely no positive ways, but I do think that, I mean, if it, I mean, it obviously affects a lot of people, especially the people there. You know, the people whose families were involved in the accidents and the injuries.
yeah,
But I think that it's we shouldn't really just be saying, hey, this is who cares? This is happening in China. I live in the U.S. I don't really care because
yeah,
stuff like this happens in the U.S. as well, and you know we seem to think that it only matters when it happens to us. But I think we should be acknowledging the fact that this is truly a tragedy that happened, and and it should be acknowledged that the fact that people died today.
yeah. A little more up to the a little more tad to the usual. I want to say 100,000 people that die daily.
Yes. Um, Speaking of things happening in China, also in South China, there is a rice shortage.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah. See, because of the extreme heat, rice isn't necessarily being harvested in its volumes that it would be usually.
And
The
that is assume that has some to do with how plants don't usually do the best when it's extremely hot.
yeah,
I'd imagine a
because
lot of the crops will have turned over and died.
yeah, see, because not just it's not just California that's in a drought. South China is also in a predicament where they're in a drought. It's hot, and the crops are not getting the water nor the temperatures that they need to produce the rice. How this will affect China and us? Well,
Well, China's the largest producer and
exactly.
importer, so them having a large amount of the crops not being able to be harvested for reasons will largely affect trades.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Being the largest supplier of rice, I mean, you are expected to produce and distribute mass amounts of rice or whatever your product is, and insert product, um, to all over the country, all over the world, and
No, yeah.
huh?
For example, like with the U.S., I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was the or one of the biggest oil producers in the world. Uh, at one point, I can't remember exactly when, but then we started to slow down, and then the Middle Eastern areas they
Yes.
rose to the top very quickly, and that had a pretty big effect. Some stuff was unstable for a little bit
This is
during
true.
that change,
Yeah,
and
oil prices were high, gas was
yeah,
high, at an all-time high at that point, where gas, was about $1 and $1.29. Uh, at $1.29 with the accounted for inflation, you would be at $2.75, which is a pretty high increase, being that that whole increase happened within a week.
Yes. Um, and then so for that, you'd imagine pretty safe to assume that rice would go up in price or will go up in price.
I'm just saying, don't expect to be able to order your takeout sushi uh, for the next couple of months, being that, like I said, I mean, at least places that'll use real rice. I mean, yes, it's not like the world has a large surplus of rice anyway, so I think in the coming months we're gonna start to really see the effects of this. Maybe not immediately, but we will see the effects.
Although I'm not quite certain. I mean, I'm not a huge guy on international trade. I don't know exactly how that works, but I it might. I don't. So it could affect us greatly or
Or not
very.
at all.
Yeah, because I don't know. I mean, I feel like rice would be a pretty common crop. I mean, maybe I could be completely wrong. I have no idea with
Uh
farming stuff, unless we're talking about Minecraft.
huh.
And
Yeah.
so, I mean, I don't know. China. I mean, well, I mean, we're kind of in a second Cold War ish with China. So, I mean, we could not even get rice at all from China. So don't.
Don't quote us on that. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, this is a reminder that we're two guys on the internet and we do not know everything. So do not take everything that we say with a slight grain of salt because we do
Not
not know.
rice. There isn't rice right now.
No, yeah, nah.
Not with a grain of
But who
rice.
knows? Maybe there is.
Maybe there.
So
Yeah.
uh, don't take everything that we say 100% literally and for fact because we couldn't be so wrong on some things.
Indeed. Talking
That
about all this heat reminds me that, you know, China isn't the only one being affected by all this excessive
exactly
heat.
where I was going. Yeah, California,
Where,
where I am currently located,
yes, where I also am currently located, is.
along with the other millions.
Oh, yeah, we're not the only ones that are here.
No, no, a little more than us, just a tad bit, but extreme heat here as well,
Yeah, many locals are saying it's like living in an oven.
and not an easy bake oven.
Not an easy bake oven. We are not suffering the heat of a small light bulb. So, us Californians, we're complaining about the heat. Arizonians are telling us to chill out, that this is nothing. Yeah.
And to that we say it's hot. How
Our definition of hot would be a nice outdoor weather for them. I don't think that's an expression, but we'll go with it.
our definition of hot is their definition of a nice cool day. Completely stereotypical.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
we are Californians are very stereotypically sensitive to weather.
yeah. Here in California, the Bay Area reported its highest record temperature, which is 110 degrees Fahrenheit. That is just insane.
And keep in mind, California has the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth
Death Valley.
in Death Valley. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, but of course, this heat wave that California is enduring comes with its negative effects, like, for example, electricity bills skyrocketing. Guys, please, I mean, we get it, it's hot, but do you have to have your AC on all day? That's a stupid question. Most people would say yes. But
To that I say, grow up.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I don't even have AC, but even if I did, I don't think I would even use it, to be honest with you. And that's
Uh,
not because I'm being humble or trying to be like save energy. No, I'm just a fucking cheapskate. So yeah,
Open the windows.
open the windows, wet your face, and breathe on it. Yeah, but you know,
You're hot? No, no, breathe air.
yeah. Yeah. By the way, I want to just give a quick shout out to those I mean, also all around the world, but I'd like to specifically thank California field workers. You guys worked this whole weekend, even some on Labor Day.
Yes.
A huge shout out to them working in the heat. That's really hard. I
My
mean,
utmost respect.
huh?
I said my utmost respect, and not even just that. They're out there getting scoliosis
Exactly.
while getting paid very minimally.
Yeah. I mean, over there in Oxnard, those strawberry field workers, the strawberry pickers, that's a hard job. I mean, bending down that low to pick the strawberries, and especially in this heat. I mean,
Oh, Lord.
also, heat is really affecting the strawberries growth actually uh, in Oxnard,
Yeah,
California.
as we discussed earlier with the rice,
Yeah, the
the heat,
crops,
not the best combination.
especially
That's
large effect on Oxnard being that they are one of the biggest strawberry producers in the world. So, will time only time will tell if you will still be able to get a strawberry in the next
off
couple of
the
months.
from some random dude.
Yes. Um. No, but yeah, my respect goes out to the field workers. I mean, this working in this heat. I mean, even just standing outside in this heat is hard. I could never imagine myself, working as hard as they do every day basically, but also
Oh yeah,
especially this weekend.
yeah, one
Extremely
hundred
hot.
percent.
Yeah, I mean,
So
and I would almost, I'd almost go out on a limb here and say, the people that are able to work in these conditions and play it off as if it's nothing. I would say it's an art form. Being able to just
bro, they need some hazard pay.
really do.
They're going the extra mile.
Really, just true art form. And yeah, speaking of art, people are mad at a robot or AI, basically.
Yes, due to a due to a recent contest that was an art contest, obviously, that was won by an AI, uh,
Yes.
which I I can I can see why people would be upset about that, about a, a an art piece that was made by that was not handcrafted or made at all by human. Some dude decides to just some dude types in a prompt, presses go, whatever, downloads the image, sends it in, and he wins. I would not be too happy about that either, to
Took
be
little to
honest.
no effort. Yeah. The man's name that entered the Colorado State Fair contest or art contest. His name is Jason M. Allen. The contest had a $300 prize, which he won for
Due to
typing
I
in.
would say if anything, the $300 should go out to the AI that made it. Give it to the program.
Yeah.
All he did was type in on his keyboard a couple times.
I'm actually fascinated though by you know the advancements, especially in the past couple of years, that like those types of AI have like made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've come very far, yeah, in
I,
advancing,
I,
and
I'm
even not even just the art ones, like the deep fakes and stuff like that too. I mean, I guess
exactly
you can classify that under art too, but like
like I don't.
specifically, uh, I think who's getting a lot of it. I think what's his name? Uh, Critical, Moist Critical. He's been getting a lot of the deep fakes and stuff.
Oh yeah. There was a business that was claiming to. This was a while back, but they were claiming it was like at the start of quarantine. So like early 2020. They were claiming to. Uh, you could pay a fee, right? You could pay a fee, and they would or you would just pay for a service, which was you would like choose a celebrity from their selection, and they would like say whatever you told them to say in the message. So you could like tell them to say happy birthday to someone or something of that sort. And it was a deep fake, but a really good deep fake.
Wow. So
Ye-
like, so the selling point wasn't that. Oh yeah, say happy birthday to your friend or congratulate them or whatever. The selling point was that it was AI that was just doing a good job at sounding like a human.
I mean I guess so, but like there was I know Jim Carrey actually did some real ones, but there were a lot of his floating around that were deep faked, and they were like for Christmas. They were like have
He
a
do, I
huh?
feel like he does have a very copyable voice. I think that's the right word to be
Yeah,
using.
no, yeah. They but just I'm amazed at the technology and the ability that someone could just you know make something like this and then
Oh yeah,
capitalize off of it so well.
yeah. And right now the deepfakes are in they're like I don't know if it's exiting or entering really at this point. Uh, the uncanny valley because I mean some that I've seen are like they're really good except for like slight lags in in the voice and the audio and stuff like that. Like some stuff that like doesn't I like the sound doubles over itself sometimes and stuff.
Uh,
And just like some words can't get quite right. So I don't know if that's like oh it's not that much, so it's exiting and then it's gonna like be almost perfect pretty soon, or if it's just entering and it's gonna slowly get more and more uncanny and then it's gonna get out. So what do you think on that? Do you think it's exiting or no?
um, honestly, what I from what I see and what I've been seeing in the past year, I actually think that I think it's gonna just keep getting more and more advanced as we go. I I don't think that we're nearing the end of all that, like the AI deepfaking and stuff, because it's actually posed some problems in the past year. Someone had made a deepfake of some. It was a Al Qaeda leader,
Mm.
and it was a threat to the U.S. Comes to find out that it was fake, but it fooled a lot of government officials.
Oh yeah, I can see why that could be an issue.
Yeah, so are we nearing the end of it? I don't think so, but I do think that it's becoming an opposing issue in many areas.
And it's kind of it's a little scary because
Where's the
Well, I
credibility?
mean, yeah, maybe not exactly scary, but it's interesting that
Yeah,
it's it still has some ways to go, but it's very good from where it is right now. Like if you told like me that like if you showed me a video of I don't know Dan Tidium like a deep fake of him while I was like I don't know when I was 9 I don't know
I would believe it.
I would completely believe that like not even like a doubt in my mind.
Yeah,
Pretty crazy.
yeah. These AIs, they're insane. I mean, really, technology has come so far, and will continue to go very far.
To the moon and back.
Hmm.
So like to go on to our mini topic, I guess.
Sure. So we here at Tables have decided that we'd like to introduce a new little segue there, a little segue to drop in here and there in the episodes and just spark a little bit of an interesting conversation, have a little bit of a debate, so to speak. Anyway, today. Oh, and by the way, the segment is question of the week, and this week's question is: what is your favorite Arizona iced tea flavor and why? Jacob, I ask you, what is your favorite flavor and why?
Okay, this is a extremely easy pick for me. Is gonna I'm gonna have to go with strawberry kiwi,
Okay.
and the reasoning behind it is because I mean I just Arizona in general. I like all of them except for maybe like two.
Mm,
Um, but the strawberry kiwi one, ooh, like
that's
it has
your.
like kind of a it has like an aftertaste to it that not a lot of the other ones have.
Mm,
It's kind of like a tingly sensation almost. I want to say for me at least. I don't know. I it, I could sound completely crazy to everyone, and they could think and like that could not be like for anybody else, but for me at least, uh, I have like this sensation like as an aftertaste that is almost better than just the initial taste. Uh, which and it's saying something for me because with that being the case, I actually take my time drinking it, whereas most liquids, I like chug just the entire thing. It doesn't matter what. It could be soda, could be a juice, water, whatever. I never take my time on like any of it.
hmm.
But with that, I it really lets me savor it.
Yeah.
So I have some very strong opinions on that. What about you?
For me, now I've always been a nice. I've been an Arnold Palmer kind of guy. You know, like I'll go out and eat and I'll ask for an Arnold Palmer. So, my choice is from that line of drinks. I would say that my favorite Arizona drink would be the Arnold Palmer strawberry half and half iced tea lemonade.
Ah,
So
and why?
the reasoning here is, well, I've always, like I said, I've always been a Arnold Palmer kind of guy. I like the half, I like the half iced tea, half lemonade combo. But something about strawberry lemonade with iced tea really brings like a nice flavor to it. Especially, I believe they use a black tea in this one.
Well, I mean, I know that the can's black. I think, right?
Yeah, the can is black. Yes.
But I don't think that has anything to do with the
I don't think that
content.
has correlation either. But yeah, no, it's. I think that it's so with some of the Arizona iced tea or the like the fruit cocktails. I've
Yeah.
Some of them are really sweet. I think this is a really nice balance. I think you're still getting that sweet strawberry flavor, but you're not necessarily having an overpowering like sugary taste in your mouth while consuming it.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, um, Arnold Palmer kind of guy. You know, I like him, and not specific. I'm not talking. That was already clear. Sorry, not important. I was gonna say I'm not talking about the guy himself. I'm talking about the drink that's named after him. But that was already clear.
I
Uh,
can I can uh, see why you would think that, or why you like that, and you would pick that as your favorite. I
but
do quite enjoy iced tea much more than tea,
yes,
hot tea, and coffee, and iced hot coffee.
I'd also like to say, for future reference, if anybody ever wonders or is wondering what my favorite fruit is, it's strawberries. If that wasn't obvious, my favorite fruit is strawberries. Yeah. Jacob, do you have a favorite fruit? I mean, I know you do, but care to share?
Okay, so it's complicated. So for me, it is as well also strawberry,
Mm-hmm.
but
Great choice.
I am. Thank you. I am so picky with them. They have to be like perfect. They have to. They
Yeah.
cannot be like, soft or bruised or whatever like at all.
Perfect
Uh,
strawberry. Yeah.
yeah, they have to be like absolutely perfect. Um, I'm not picky on most things. Same thing with bananas. I don't like usually eat banana. I think I've eaten a total of maybe 10 bananas in the past like 5 years.
Uh huh.
Um, because they have to be like perfect. They can't be like black at all for me. Um,
Hmm. No.
no comment.
No comment.
Then
Systemic racism for bananas.
so the Banana Republic. So at this point, it's kind of easier for me to say that my favorite fruit is like kiwi
Oh.
because um, and that's just a coincidence that the iced tea is strawberry and kiwi.
Yeah.
Complete coincidence. I mean, it probably has some correlation, but
Hey man, I'm not gonna hate. I love kiwis, man.
yeah. And funny story actually. I used to I used to be one of the normal people. I used to rip that thing in half or cut it in half. Get the spoon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Eat the contents inside. Throw that thing away.
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
But
Kiwi skin is edible.
it is edible, and I want to say second grade. I This kid got a kiwi and he ate the skin, and I was like, the heck? I was so confused. I was
Yeah.
like, are you okay? Did you mean to do that? Are you mentally unstable? I was like legitimately concerned for his health, and he's like, "No, you can eat the skin." And I was like, "Huh?" And he's
Coincidentally
like, "Yeah."
enough, uh,
And he's, "Yeah, eat this." And he tore me a piece and he threw it in my mouth. I didn't even.
was this at school?
Yes, it was. It was. It
Okay,
was not some random dude. Not this.
okay, because I'm wondering because coincidentally, and I know we've known each other for a long time now, but coincidentally enough, a kid did the exact same thing, and I saw, and a teacher that was nearby was like commented to me and said or made a comment and was like, "Ah, it's like biting the fur off a dog," and
No, completely different experience.
exactly my yeah. But I wonder. I almost wonder because I know we have gone to same schools, but you know. I almost wonder if this was at the same time, but
It could have been. Yeah, it could have been.
could have been, but well, actually, I don't know, because how often do people eat the skin off the kiwi?
Well, for me now, because of that, I was like, tastes pretty good. Uh,
I have some
Now I eat
kiwis in
this
the fridge. After this, I'm going to consume three.
three. Interesting.
Three
I might
because,
have one.
yeah.
Uh,
I'll probably just have
I
one.
just I just recently discovered that there was golden kiwis.
You mean how there's like apple pears or whatever, like those golden?
Okay, so like it's a completely different like experience. So they're like regular kiwis, right? But
Uh
they're long.
huh. they're they're
They're long,
they're long.
and instead of green, they're like like a golden yellowish color.
Question:
And there's so much. Yeah,
how long we talking? Like Persian cucumber long, or
no, not like an insane.
like
Okay, well, you
English
know,
cucumber long?
right? They're like a ball, but like if you like smushed it slightly,
Uh huh.
right?
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like a Persian cucumber, they're about like 3 inches long.
No, I wouldn't say. They're just like okay. So if you got a kiwi, right, and then just stretched it out, but kept the same width, like you
Uh
just
huh.
stretch it out like maybe like half an inch. So then they're not that much longer.
Okay, but noticeably.
Yeah, yeah, very noticeable,
Mm.
and they're like super sweet.
Super sweet. So
And
would you
the
say that they're
skin
better?
actually isn't like I feel like if somebody if you ate this okay like people that are advocates of not eating the skin because they think it's rough and disgusting, I feel like
Mm.
they might be okay with eating the skin off of a golden one because it's like it's not nearly as rough. It's a lot smoother and is not. Still get the same like general vibe, but it's a pretty completely different experience.
Mm.
Very amazing. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
I will have to try it someday, or try one someday.
Yeah, they are very good.
Hmm. Um.
Anyway,
What?
I said anyway.
Oh, please. Yeah, yeah.
I kind of sidetracked a little bit from saying strawberry is my favorite fruit.
to So it's a little complicated. Talks about kiwis. I
Yeah,
think the answer is clear there.
I have strong opinions on things.
Yeah. It kind of sucked actually because I had a we bought a on Friday we bought a watermelon and it has since went bad because of the heat. I mean in my house the temperature has reached
Oh,
about 90 degrees, 92.
that's absurd.
Yeah,
That
it really sucked. But I mean it is what it is. But strawberries are alive though, so you know.
as the kids say, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yes.
No pun intended.
Yeah. What do you call it? So it might just be me, but I feel like we as Californians get to complain more. But I won't go into stating facts because I don't feel like that. Being that it's really hot as we're recording this, but and
Oh yeah.
I don't feel like talking about facts and giving you facts. But I'm gonna just say it's really hot here. I mean, I I'm complaining.
Typical Californian complaining.
Yeah, complaining about everything. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, we've had hot days before, but I something about when they tell you it's gonna be hot and then it's hot for 3 days straight. You get tired of it before it even happens. It's really weird.
Oh yeah, usually it's odd because usually I mean I guess it's probably the humidity too, but the um it like this temperature is usually does not feel this hot.
Yeah, it's funny because like I know that like there's been days like random days of the year it'll reach like 90, 95 around here,
Yeah,
and
like
I'll be
maybe like
totally fine. I won't. I'll be like, oh,
yeah.
it's a little hot today. Whatever. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah. On the day that I was, I want to say earlier this year, it was like maybe 80 or something. And I was like just wearing a hoodie completely fine.
Yeah, it's almost like they
That's
have
just
to tell us for us to care.
yeah. Um.
Typical.
Also, it's really annoying when you search up the temperature and it says 10% chance of rain. I'm like, nah, I know full well it ain't gonna rain. Don't tell
Mm,
me that.
that was really weird. What was it? Yesterday we were getting. The reason I have this is because a friend sent this to the group chat. People were getting thunderstorm warnings during 95-degree weather on their TV. Yeah, I kid you not. People in California, well, in Ventura County, were getting thunderstorm warnings.
Completely absurd.
It's so absurd. I mean, there wasn't a cloud in the sky. I mean, it was dry.
When Bruno walked by, yeah, is I'm sorry. Let's pretend like I didn't say that.
Yeah. Um. Hmm.
Yeah, but thunderstorm.
Yeah, I was honestly hoping that that was true because I would much prefer a
No, no, no.
thunder.
It's gonna be a thunderstorm, and then you're gonna hear, and then you're gonna get the lightning, and then
Yeah.
it's just gonna start a wildfire. And you're like, God dang it!
Speaking of which, if there's lightning, you're safe in your car. Just don't don't be like, oh, my car's made of metal. I'm gonna die. No, you're safest in your car. Your car sits on these huge rubber things called tires.
I yeah, that's like saying, "Oh no, I'm not gonna go outside because I have iron in my blood." It's like completely ridiculous.
Exactly. But I mean, whatever.
What to do? Yeah.
Yeah, really, kind of odd, must say. So, Jacob, other than California being kind of hot, just a little hot. No, not very hot. Just,
Yeah, nothing crazy.
nothing crazy, just the usual. Um, have you seen like any really like? Has anything really like affected you? Here in like just anything substantial. I don't mean like, uh, what? No. It doesn't have to be substantial because everyone's gonna know about that stuff. What's happened specifically to Jacob that sucks?
Like from the weather, I'm assuming you mean.
Or well, it doesn't have to be just the weather. I mean just anything. I mean, because we are the host of this. We're the hosts of a podcast, so we should be able to talk about ourselves on our podcast if we want to. You know.
Um, I've been having hallucinations.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I, I've been having hallucinations.
What kind of
Starting,
hallucinations?
start, well, okay, starting from I want to say, um, maybe 2 weeks ago, right? My stepdad was having a conversation with me, and then I'm just looking at him, right?
Uh
And then
huh.
I, I start to zone out a little. I'm still hearing everything he's saying and stuff like that. But then I look at him, and then all of a sudden he has these giant black X's on his eyes. And I'm like, what the? And
Bro
then I
turned
shake
into
my
cause.
yeah, I shake my head, gone. Like, what in the world? And
Yeah.
then later that day, I go to my room to go to bed, right? And then all of a sudden, my desk starts to look like it's just rising off of the ground, or not rising off the ground. It just looks like the legs are getting really long,
Sir, are
and
you on narcotics?
then just like in that FaceTime.
Oh, that's a
Um,
really funny inside joke that. Damn.
only you get.
I genuinely wanted to laugh so hard, but the thing is that it's like that one time on the same FaceTime call, I made a funny joke and you couldn't laugh.
Yeah, and I wanted to laugh,
Yeah,
and then
I
shared
currently wanted to
laugh.
laugh as
It was
well.
funnier than me laughing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hmm.
right, yeah, and then throughout the day, like the following days, right, just having minor stuff like the oh whoa, the room looks like it's spinning, and why is there a giant green dot, right, like just
Yeah.
stuff like that. Um, but today, today got bad.
How so?
It t- I was so okay. I was in my living room a few hours ago. Uh, Fell asleep for a little bit on the couch. Woke up a little, delirious. Nothing too crazy though.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I stand up, start to go to my room, and then boom, nope. My body just U-turn, and then I start to feel like I'm levitating. Like it's crazy, and then I'm not even like in control of my body. I just start moving towards the kitchen, and then I get there, right, and then I feel like I'm in a different like every shape is like unrecognizable to me. Like I see the table, right, but it doesn't look like a table.
It's like one of those
Uh,
images where it's like, name one thing in this image and you just can't name shit.
no, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Everything had like morphed into like something unrecognizable, and it's really weird. Um,
Are you having small strokes?
you know,
You had
remember that thing I
mentioned you
told you about
smelled
the toast?
toast.
Yeah, yeah. I did tell you about that. I did tell
And
you
that
that.
it's coming from a very specific direction.
Yeah, very. It's always coming from the right.
I think you gotta run left then.
What?
That's not a
Yeah,
joke.
no,
Never
no, no.
mind.
Repeat that. I didn't hear you.
Oh, I said I think you have to run left.
Get away from the toast.
Yeah, get away
Then
from
I'll
that
be fine.
toast.
Um, but yeah, it's been odd.
And
And it's not because of the heat, because it started happening a couple weeks ago. So
yeah,
it's
yeah, things that the heat can be blamed for, though. Make sure you guys stay hydrated because many of my close friends have been getting bloody noses. This comes with dry heat. Stay hydrated. Don't just drink water, okay?
I, yeah, it's not fun when it's hot, right? And
Yeah,
then you feel bodily fluid come out of your one of your nostrils.
yeah. But on, huh?
I said I explained that so gruesomely.
But on that note, we are nearing the end of this episode, or the second episode of Tables Podcast, and I would like to thank you for tuning in and listening to us talk about whatever it is that we're talking about. Like always, or as of now, every new episodes every Tuesday on YouTube. So tune in; they'll be there. We'll let you know. We'll make sure you know. We have a Discord. Join the Discord to get notifications and announcements. But other than that, I am Diego,
I am Jacob.
and this is Tables Podcast. And before we leave, we are going to let the clock run down to 1 minute because I wanted to hit 50 minutes. So we're going to sit here in silence until
Yes.
we're just not even going to talk anymore. So just I'm going to mute myself and yeah.
Yeah, same here. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.